Okay, I'm sorry about that cutoff, but continue.
It's been fun. It's been discouraging. It's been a whole lot of things. Um, I've been rapping for a while.
What's a while?
I've rapping since like 2000. It started out as poetry, and then it just transformed to rap, and then I've been rapping, just been rapping, writing rhymes and stuff like that. And then I hit my first. I had a battle like in high school in 2012.
Right.
Then I graduated.
And that battle was on YouTube,
Yeah, it's
right?
on YouTube and
Yeah.
stuff. I first hit a studio like in 2010 and stuff, but I wasn't really that good. Someone told me they listened to the song and it was like, yeah, it's whack. It ain't got no concept, no flow, no nothing.
Mhm.
And then I was like, damn, alright. And so I ain't hit it from like 2010 to like 2013. I ain't touched the studio again. I just was like listening to the beats, like really practicing different flows, listening to different artists and things of that nature. And then like 2013, I hit the studio, picking, picking. That's my first like official studio. Um, I met a close friend of mine to this day, Gingerbread J. He's my first engineer.
Mhm.
And then I did some music videos. In 2018, I decided to take it serious because
Wow. So you started rapping what year?
2006.
2006.
Yeah,
So it wasn't until 2018 you decided to take your career more seriously.
yeah, yeah. I took it serious because I was doing this job, this temp job. I was a package handler for UPS and stuff. So I was doing the job. That was like the first job I had where I woke up and I really hated it and did not want to go to. And then um and then I went to this vision. My homegirl Cynthia, she threw a vision board party, and she threw a vision board party, and I didn't even know that she knew I did music or whatever. And some of the people there, I didn't even know that they did music. And she did a speech, and when she made the speech, it was
Hold on a second while that damn phone is ringing. Go ahead.
when she made the speech, it was inspirational. She acknowledged that I did music, and she pretty much said how how I was feeling. I feel like nobody watching and stuff like that. And so
Mm.
my speech kind of gave me inspiration to take it serious.
Hold on. Okay, talk up a little bit.
Her speech gave me inspiration to take it serious, as well as not working a job. So I figured I was like, you know what? I'm doing stuff I don't want to do. Let me just do stuff that I really want to do, and just see where it goes. At least I can say I tried.
Right.
And then I got hurt playing basketball, messed my knee up, and then I did have a passion for playing football, but in high school it was so much politics and favoritism and kind of like stole the love I had from it playing it and stuff like that. And then basketball, I hurt my knee. So sports, I was like, man, I ain't getting paid for this, so I might as well just rap, So and then rap, I was working out rapping. Those were the only two things I felt like I was doing. So I started taking it serious. 2018, 2019, I did like a bunch of shows, open mic shows. At that time, I was going by Big Top Briggs. Did a bunch of open mic shows, a bunch of showcases, ups and downs. I put out like 3 mixtapes. I put out an album on all platforms. My first one was Animal Ambition, and I put out another album called Voice of Legends and Old Pain New Growth.
So from 2018, when you started taking your career seriously up until now, 2023, how do you feel about the progress that you made?
How I feel about the progress? Honestly, I've had small victories, but It's been like I've been running on a treadmill. Um,
Been frustrating sometimes?
yeah, it's frustrating. Been doing it for a long, so much open mics and stuff like that, and they meeting different people, meeting other people. Then Instagram algorithm be changing, so it's like you gotta post every day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Every day, and if you don't post every day, you'll be shadow banned. So there, you'll be like the last person people see and stuff like that. So it's very frustrating. The victories I say I have is when I decided to sell my music through email, and I take Cash App or Zelle,
Mm-hmm.
and then another time when I sold my new album on my website, and I take PayPal. That was like a small victory, because it's like the first time I actually got paid for music
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
By the way, I just want to thank all the people
Yeah, I think
that
everybody.
contributed to the album sales that my son has had and the victories that he celebrated because of the sales. We definitely appreciate you guys' input and support. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. So those are small victories. And it's frustrating when you're doing it alone and stuff. Um, when you put a lot to it, I still feel like people not listening and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When your videos, like I've been doing it for so long, and I still really can't crack like 100 views organically. You know what I'm saying? That's frustrating. You know, and then it's like you can get promotions and stuff like that, but like Spotify promotions, all that extra stuff, but a lot of that stuff, it be like bots and stuff. It
Mm-hmm.
don't really be real people.
Mm-hmm.
So you may pay for a package, and it may say you got like 5,000 streams or 7,000 streams, but most of that will be bots, will be fake people. You'll probably
Okay.
really only have like 30 or 40 people really streaming your stuff, but you won't know that. You know what I mean? And yeah, music is expensive. This music stuff is expensive. Got to pay for the studio, videos, marketing, promotion, interviews, radio stations, independent radios. Go broke. You know what I mean? So
So um, now I want to move on a little bit. Um, how does it feel to be a parent now? Because you're a new parent. Congratulations on the birth of your son and my grandson.
thank you.
And how does it feel to be a parent?
Um, sometimes sometimes I look at him and be like, wow, I'm a dad now. Um, I had many close calls with bad decisions, with with past mistakes, you know, such as girlfriends and stuff like that. And you know, it feels good. I appreciate the support. I got a handsome son. I'm glad he's not funny looking or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because I be talking about other people's babies. So I'm so glad, he came out looking as good as he did. Um, yeah, it felt good. I seen him come out the womb. Um, it wasn't as bad as like every other guy said it would be, stuff like that. I seen videos of other men passing out, stuff like that. But I watched them come out the womb, and it wasn't as bad, you know. So
So, hold on a sec. And so the thing is that I am in a public place, so I have to be mindful that I can't necessarily have the stillness or the quietness or the type of background that I usually prefer because I am in a public place. So I have to, I ask you guys to be patient and just be mindful and hang in there. Um, for this interview, a couple of more questions, and that'll be it. All right. So, um, okay. So now, um, and with the birth of your son and in the music industry, you have come across many relationships of different sorts. I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about friendships, family, and romantic. And as a black male, heterosexual, with no disrespect to the alternative lifestyle communities, but I want to know your your view on the the relationship status amongst our culture with men and women, you know, because as you know, we were speaking before, it just seems like a frustrating process. And I'm not asking this because of your relationship status. I'm not Your relationship status has absolutely nothing to do with the question. I just want your opinion on the state of relationship statuses in our culture. What do you think?
I think that I think that we're in a interesting state because a lot of us, like guys and girls, a lot of us grew up on different beliefs. We experience different things. We experience beauty. We experience nightmares. And, experience mold us and changes our perception. Um, a lot. Everybody wants love. Different people have different meanings for love. Have their own answers for love. Um, there's so much. I think that it's a disconnect. I say it's a disconnect because uh, a lot of people are toxic. They aren't aware that they're toxic.
And clear or no?
Yeah, clear. A lot of people toxic. A lot of people are aware that they're toxic and don't care. Some people aren't aware that they're toxic because of their environment. Um, and then on the other hand, there's a lot of people who have found themselves and not settling, such as guys and girls, things of that nature. Um, as far as the state, um,
Because we are definitely in an interesting state, and um, I've seen, like, I've come from a place where my experiences have me in an emotional space of being forced to be at peace with being single. I think it's a great thing um, when you get to know yourself on that level, but that was forced due to the frustrations of um, romanticizing toxicity and not really seeing it for what it really is, but just basically trying to be hopeful that it wasn't, you know, um and so in the demise of that relationship, just frustration grew just from the idea of a relationship alone, because it's like you spend so much time and so many years with an individual, and for you to still wind up being on two different pages. And two different pages is not necessarily bad, as long as communication is involved and you can find compatibility in your differences. But it's frustration when you can't find that, and so it's like you done did all of this work. Basically, it feels like for nothing.
No, I might.
You don't want a manicure?
No, I might.
No.
No, I might. Just the feet.
So it seems like some of our people are giving up on. I'm not sure if it's each other or if it's the idea of having a romantic relationship, but it seems like they're giving up. Seems like they're giving up. What do you think?
People are definitely. I think people are definitely giving up. I think
On each other or on love or.
I think people are giving up on each other. I think some people are giving up on love. I see I see a lot of black women giving up on black men. I see I've seen black men give up on black women way before. Um, I see women are tired of black men and the trauma we bring, and vice versa. People are definitely giving up on each other. Um, I don't really think people are giving up on love. I feel like people give up on love temporarily until they find something else. So I don't think they give up on love entirely. I just think that's just a temporary feeling until it comes along. Um, I definitely think people are giving up on each other, things of that nature. Um, you know, a lot of lack of communication, not enough accountability, um, not enough teamwork, too much hidden agendas. Um,
So if you have an idea, what do you what are some suggestions that you think will put our culture back into a state of at least honesty?
uh, Restructure. But like women, girls, women, they're like kind of molded to be princesses, and they have visions of being married at like 25, for example. Uh, they're molded to be princesses, be queens. Um, are really like taught to be like guys are uh guys are more taught to like be players. Guys are taught to be players. Um, I think we should start teaching the young ones, like the young men, for starters, like it's okay to just love a woman. You don't need multiple women. It's okay to love.
And I disagree to
It's
a
okay.
degree.
It's okay to love a woman.
It is okay to love one woman.
Um,
But I feel like, speaking from my point of view, I just feel like that's a space that you need to be able to get to on your own. I feel like, as a parent, when you're young, you should have the option of dating multiple people
mhm,
because you need the experience in order to find out what you like. This is just my opinion. I feel like some relationships take years.
right.
If you have that one experience with one person from young all of those years,
Mhm,
if it doesn't work out, it could possibly be that you'll always be looking for that particular person in other people that you date.
mhm.
So I feel like the more experience that you have, as long as you protect yourself, prophylactically speaking. But I feel like the more experience you have with life in general, not just with dating different people, but the more experience you have, the more well-rounded you can become as a person and make better decisions in your future self.
Mm-hmm. I
So
think.
there's nothing wrong with loving one woman, but I feel like that's for uh, like now,
Mm-hmm.
like now, um, at the age that you are, and being with one woman is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
But while you're young, and I just think that I don't think that men being taught to be players is a great thing, but I think that it should be a teaching along with that that says, if you're going to play around for a little while, make sure you protect yourself and make sure you take an inventory of these people so that when you ready for that one person,
Mm-hmm.
that one person can fit as much of your requirements as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and that it is okay to be with one person. I think it
Right.
should be a balance of what is being taught to the men and the women.
Right. I
It
agree.
should be a balance.
I agree. Well, it's not enough leaders or positive leaders um, to install those things. Um,
Or enough, maybe, should I say, positive men in the household, because
yeah.
a lot of men are egotistical and to a
Right.
degree have an issue with the way women are in a household.
Right.
They don't partner up with us. It's kind of like it becomes competitive with a lot of men, which it
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be that way, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Um, yeah, and also a lot of things you like learn as you go and stuff like that, like commitment and being able to lead. You know, you learn as you go and things like that.
Yeah.
But that should also be instilled um into youngins and things of that nature. So as they grow older, they learn what their role is as being men. Um, some men are leaders. Some men like in relationship, men have commitment issues. If they have been players for all their life, or they've been programmed to be a player, you can't really they don't know the true definition of commitment.
Which is unfortunate because, just to piggyback off that, now from a woman's perspective, you understand that, the men have certain programming.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as an adult, you want to say to certain men at a certain age now, okay, when do you take it upon yourself to sit with yourself and say, you know what? I want a different experience because I require a different outcome at this time. The outcome I desire for myself is to have a solid partner. Like, when do you have a conversation with yourself versus to keep going in what you've been programmed to believe? Because everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
Even programs at some time changes, and it
Mm-hmm.
changes usually to make the program better, whether it's a computer program or whether the person is programmed.
Right.
So, a woman would say, okay, you've been doing that for but how long you going to keep doing that? And do you sit with yourself when to say that you want something different or better?
Um, I guess you sit with yourself when when you're ready for a change. You know, I guess when you're ready for a change, that's when you sit with yourself and what better. You know, if you're not really ready, then you're not gonna change. And then you have to also understand um that being with one person not in everybody's nature. I think that
Right, which is where
being
polygamy comes in at.
right and
Get the phone.
being one person
Keep it
not in
on me.
everybody's nature. So um if someone got a history of cheating constantly and things of that nature, then it's not in their nature to be with one person. You know, it's you know, we have different natures. Some people could be equipped to handle and be content with one person. You know, some people just aren't content with being with one person. You know, so understanding, I need a haircut. Understanding that, you know,
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.
it's not in someone's nature. It's not in everybody's nature to be in one person.
I wonder what I'm here.
So you just have to understand that and be receptive to that.
Well, my thing with that
Mm-hmm.
is that what I see in men, and of course we're going to have a difference of opinion because we're the opposite sex, but what I see in men is that they, it's okay for them not to be in a monogamous relationship. Yeah, but they don't want to be accepting of someone that they're dating not being in a monogamous relationship.
Well, that's well, you know, there's always a biasness and a selfishness um traits that apply to that. But it's something that's receptive, not all men, but it's something that's receptive. Have that mentality of you have to have you have to be like a 1,000% like true with yourself, not selfish, not biased, not have any type of control issues, fear all across the board.
Well, that's true, but you know, a lot of people do have control issues. A lot of people have control issues. And so, okay, because there's music now playing in the background, our environment change. I just want to thank my son for having this interview and this conversation with me.
Part one.
Yeah, it's only part one. There'll be more to come. And just stay tuned. And anytime that you check out my channel, I definitely appreciate you giving me any time out of your day because life gets very busy. So thank you. And I'll get up with you guys soon. Peace.